But now the City of Cape Town is hosting the Housing Investment Connect conference in Centurity. The event is aimed at accelerating affordable housing through private sector investment and partnerships. Let's cross to SABC News reporter Naledi Mabitsela-Ngcobo, who is there. Naledi, good morning.
Good morning, Leanne. Of course, we're joining you live coming from Centurity in Cape Town, where the City of Cape Town is certainly hosting its inaugural Housing Investment Connect. Of course, this is a platform that is aimed at mobilizing private sector as well as the public sector towards partnership in driving and stimulating affordable housing in the city. But to tell me a little bit more about that, I am joined by the MMC for Human Settlement, Mr. Carl Popam. Thank you so much for joining me. Sir, can you tell me a little bit more about this initiative and what you're hoping to achieve by it?
Absolutely, Naledi. Thank you for having us. And I think it's so important to recognize that it's the inaugural Connect. More importantly, over the last 5 years, Cape Town has been obsessed with making sure we develop more affordable housing. And so we did not wait for anyone to come to the table. We didn't wait for national government to release more state land. We started with ourselves through the Affordable Housing Land Release Program. We recognize, however, that there's a second major problem, and that is access to capital. And so while many municipalities around the country finds itself complaining about the SHRA not releasing funding, we're saying to the sector, we're saying to the country, come to us. We are willing to make sure that Cape Town is not just a place to access affordable housing, but also to develop. And so this Connect is about bringing financiers, developers, regulators, analysts, government into one venue to say, how do we make and continue to make Cape Town the best place to develop affordable housing? And so I'm quite excited to have some of the biggest names in the development space, to have some big capital present with us, committing and pledging towards our pipeline.
Thank you so much, Mr. Popam, for that explanation. And I think what's also quite important is understanding the definition of what affordable housing is. Who exactly is this initiative going to benefit, and what do you mean by affordable housing exactly?
So within Cape Town, affordable housing is a focus where we provide rental in perpetuity. So you don't necessarily own, but you have safe access to that rental for as long as you fall within the income bands of 1,800 and 34,000 Rand per month. And so it's a wide range. It's to make sure that the pensioner who can't purchase a property has access to affordable housing. It's to make sure the young professional who just left university, started their first job, can also start a family in affordable accommodation. It's to make sure that the entrepreneur who's striving away to make sure we build South Africa's economy has access to affordable accommodation. And so we've done so on a progressive basis, where we've released city-owned land in the inner city, where economic nodes exist, where transport interchanges are, to make sure that we're able to develop not only access to housing, but the economy of our city. Because the reality is, the only thing more important than a job is having access to stable accommodation. And so we've currently released 13,000 housing opportunities. 4 of those have already been awarded to developers, 4,000 of those, and the 9,000 is finalizing development through the municipal council. And so we're quite proud that we're able to bring the program over the last 5 years, releasing more opportunities to the sector than the city has done in the preceding 10 years. And I think that's quite an historic achievement.
All right. And then just finally, Mr. Popam, if you can just give us an idea of what it is the city has done to actually attract investment, to make investors want to invest further into this initiative of affordable housing.
Absolutely. We're not just selling land, and I think that's a critical question, Naledi. Number one, we're selling it at 90% of market value. Nowhere else in the country does metropolitans drive such a progressive land release program where we release it at 90% of the market value, because that's how serious we take access to affordable accommodation. Secondly, we are focused on de-risking our parcels before it gets released to the sector. So you're not needing to go through planning processes, you're not needing to go through approvals and accreditations. We are doing that in Cape Town. We are bringing it to the market, and the market is now coming to us.
Thank you so much for that explanation. And that was, of course, the MMC for for Human Settlement in Cape Town, and that is Mr. Carl Popham, who's just giving us an overview of what the Housing Investment Connect seeks to do. Of course, they're releasing government land. They're hoping that the private sector will obviously partner with them in ensuring that affordable housing is actually existing and is something that is accessible to residents. But for now, it's back to you in studio.